Welcome to another exciting episode from Marvelous Videos. I'm your host, Tia Ayer. Mindhunter, origin, an evil Batman as powerful as Superman. Everyone likes a story where the bad guy turns into the good guy, and this seems to be a common theme in DC where most of the popular heroes have had their arcs as a villain. Batman has been subjected to this trope more often than others. With themes such as darkness and vengeance that surround him, he also becomes the apt candidate for such storylines. This brings us to the Dark Multiverse, a universe where the Dark Knights are on board with the rogue celestial being, Perpetua, and one of them happens to be a hybrid with human and Martian DNA, the Mindhunter. It's like combining Batman's brains with Superman's brawns. You wouldn't want to go against this guy, would you? In this video, we will get to the history of the Mindhunter and how he was finally defeated by Hawkgirl and the Martian Manhunter. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. A brief history of the Mindhunter. Batman's wits alone have been lethal even against his superpowered allies. This is a man who makes contingency plans to take down metahumans and then make other contingency plans should Plan B fail. Combine this with the abilities of the Martian Manhunter, such as super strength, flight, and shapeshifting, and you have a complete beast at your disposal. Well, that's what happened in the Dark Multiverse. This is a multiverse that exists as a shadow right under the main multiverse. Every bad decision, every fear, and every nightmare has created this darkness, a universe where the worlds are fragile and doomed to its end. And here we have a Batman whose DNA has been combined with that of the Martian Manhunter. Under a pact with Perpetua, i.e. the first creator of the multiverse, the Mindhunter had invaded Earth Zero. This earned him a ticket to being recruited into the Dark Knights, a union created for the Warriors of Darkness by the Earth 22 Batman known as the Batman Who Laughs. The group is exactly what you think it is, a bunch of Batmans from different universes forming their own league. His job was to act under the command of the Grim Knight and act as a guard for the Castle Bat. Both the Grim Knight and the Castle Bat are variants of Bruce Wayne and Batman in the Dark Multiverse. However, when the Earth Zero heroes posed a threat to them after defeating Darkfather, the Mindhunter failed in his mission due to the telepathic abilities of Jarro being superior to his. If you don't remember who Jarro is, he is a star conqueror who is very loyal to Batman and eventually wants to be his Robin. The name feels nostalgic because Starro the Conqueror is its genetic parent. Anyway, after the Earth Zero, Martian Manhunter tried to destroy Perpetua's throne to stop it from empowering her and freed the Legion of Doom to do so. The Batman Who Laughs sent the Mindhunter to stop him. The Martian Manhunter was defeated and the Mindhunter probed into his mind to find out what was up with the Earth Zero counterparts of the Justice League, Trinity, aka Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. He attacked the Martian Manhunter's mental defenses, obviously. John Jones and Hawkgirl had a unique telepathic connection. Even through the Thanagarian had mental resistance against mind tricks. This was because they were in love with each other. The Mindhunter took advantage of this connection and located the presence of her allies in Brimstone Bay. The information was received by the Omega Knight and he blasted at them with a beam. How did Batman become the powerful Mindhunter? It wasn't a natural phenomenon that created a Batman who can rival Superman in strength. This is a man who has always embraced the darkness. In the mainstream universe, he tries not to succumb to it, with his no-killing policies and all of that. However, he could have easily have been the bad guy, and that's not just because of that horrible night at Crime Alley, but because that is who he is. In the Dark Multiverse, that's what we see, a Batman who is evil and works alongside other evil Batmen. In this world, Lex Luthor has injected himself with Martian DNA and turned into Apex Lex. And Bruce Wayne has done the same, which has turned him into the Martian Manhunter, all evil but while retaining Wayne's genius mind. Mindhunter's most interesting arc. The Justice League death metal tie-in story goes towards an interesting direction for its issue number 56. There are several twisted versions of Batman in this Dark Multiverse, like the ones we've spoken about, such as the Castle Bat, the Batman Who Laughs, and the Dark Father. The Mindhunter is at the center of all of it, harboring a special interest in the Martian Manhunter and by extension, Hawkgirl. Written by Joshua Williamson, the super celestial and powerful being Perpetua will be the biggest, baddest villain amongst several other big bad villains. Adding a bit of an intro to her, when existence began for the very first time, the source of all things created a race. This race was of a super celestial beings, where they were called the Hands. They populated the void with multiverses using the anti-crisis energy, which was given to them by the source. And since the power wasn't their own, they returned the power back to its origin. As a result, they would also pass. However, Perpetua was against it. She wanted to create a vicious reality which would exist forever, through crisis, and be reborn, just to go through the same loop over and over again. So you can see why she's not the amicable one. Now, Batman Who Laughs happens to be her second in command here. To oppose them, there's a ragtag Justice League team. There's Nightwing, Cyborg, Hawkgirl, Starfire, Detective Chimp, and surprisingly, Lex Luthor. After being betrayed by Perpetua, he returns to make her experience the consequences of her actions. And of course, John Jones will be playing a huge role against the Mindhunter, who wants to consume the Martian Manhunter, something that's very clear from the cover of the issue. The story takes off after Omega Knight's attack. The Justice League is unable to hold up against Perpetua's Knight, while the Mindhunter is unable to get access into the Martian Manhunter's mind. To make things work for himself, he is trying to access Hawkgirl's connection with John Jones. He takes her to his mind to question her, but she knows how to protect herself from mind control. Hawkgirl breaks out into the real world and engages the Mindhunter in a fight. The Mindhunter shapeshifts into a demonic bat-like creature to kill Hawkgirl, as he uses her now strained relationship with the Martian to taunt her. Turns out the odd couple have broken up. The Mindhunter uses this to tell her how he left her because he doesn't care about her. But before he could take things too far, the Martian Manhunter arrives at the scene to prove him wrong. The Mindhunter tries to use his heat vision to burn down John Jones, but with Martian DNA, his vulnerabilities and the Martian's vulnerabilities are shared, and it's something Hawkgirl can use to her leverage: fire. Hawkgirl uses bright fire to attack the Mindhunter, who is vulnerable to since he is added Martian DNA to his DNA pool. The fire does more than enough damage to defeat the Mindhunter, despite how powered the latter is. In the face of adversity, couples tend to get over their squabbles and get back together, so John Jones and Kendra, i.e. Hawkgirl, share a kiss and head to regroup with their friends who are suffering against the Omega Knight. What makes the Mindhunter dangerous? The Mindhunter has all the abilities of the Martian Manhunter. So, as a Martian-human hybrid, he can fly, turn himself invisible, shapeshift, and use telepathic powers such as telepathic assault, telepathic relay, and illusion casting. He also has superhuman durability, strength, and stamina. In the comic mentioned above, he is referred to using his heat vision as well. Even without these powers, he would be dangerous. With these powers, he is just on another level, but thank God for fire. To be fair, some plot armor helped the Mindhunter face defeat in this story, mainly because Bruce Wayne isn't the guy who wouldn't take his vulnerability to fire under consideration, especially when fighting against Hawkgirl. However, having considered all of that, would that make the Mindhunter invisible? It's a good thing that the writers describe Batman to be a genius billionaire without any superpowers. And with that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think of the Mindhunter? Did you enjoy this video? If yes, then don't forget to like and comment on this video. Till then, goodbye and have a nice one.